Hello, and welcome back to Parley, the show where you folks support the other stuff I make by paying me monthly to talk about the topic of your choice. And this month, Liliana has a little story for us and a lead up to a discussion about a prerequisite being rarer than the thing that it's a prerequisite for. Let's explain. Liliana says, I've been enjoying making my Steam profile as beautiful and prestigious as possible lately. In the process of choosing what profile showcases to display, I noticed something odd. So Steam profile showcases, I actually really like them. Remember, this is Liliana talking, not me. They're a way to show off a little bit. Who doesn't like to be able to brag about the fact that they've completely broken the combat balance in a text adventure porn game every once in a while? Remember, this is... anyway. One of the default profile showcases, and one of the most commonly used, is the rarest achievement showcase, which does exactly what you think. Across every game you own, it displays the achievements that you've obtained that the fewest people in the world have also achieved. Okay? Because of how it works, it's automatic. You don't get to choose which achievements it displays. So out of curiosity, I took a close look at what achievements were listed on mine, and I noticed something strange. So this is the rarest prerequisite thing. Middle Master, that's a mastery rank in Warframe, is rarer than True Master. Excuse me? So that's my last minute parlay for this month. Just do some minor investigative journalism into how the hell this might have happened. Cool. A little bit of framing before we start. So what's happening here is that in Warframe, you progress through sort of account, or I guess it's flavored as your operator's ability to use, various things in the game, warframes, weapons, etc. Whenever you level up a new thing in those categories, you get some mastery, and this is one of Warframe's many progression methods. After you pass mastery rank maybe 16 or so, you've unlocked essentially everything that they unlock, but you get some minor bonuses for continuing to rank up, and if you get to 30, you also get some big bonuses. So what's weird about this is that the way that system works, you go 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, it's linear. It's not like you jump around. There is no way to jump around, at least not that I can think of. And yet, Liliana has noticed that for some reason, there's a lower mastery rank that is rarer than a higher mastery rank, which should be impossible because you have to pass the lower one to get the higher one. Everyone with the higher rank should have the lower one. And then there should be people who just have the lower one and not the higher one. So the higher one would automatically be more rare, or possibly equally as rare. Although that would be an incredible coincidence if there's exactly as many people who have rank 28 to 29 or whatever. But that's not what it is. For some reason, the lower rank is actually less common than the higher rank. What gives? Obviously, actually doing investigative journalism on this topic is way above my pay grade, so we're just going to speculate wildly. The first thing that came to mind is that if these are very high master ranks, so it's possible that this is happening because some situations, or like Digital Extremes, is making a bunch of accounts for testing purposes or handing them out to people for beta testing. And that number is significant enough to make it so a higher mastery rank is more common to have than a lower mastery rank, because those accounts skip the lower mastery ranks. Maybe they automatically get the achievement on Steam for being a higher rank. I wouldn't think that would be what would happen. Maybe you only get the high rank achievement from passing the mastery test. But anyway, a possible explanation would of course be the developer is skipping some people past a certain rank for, I guess, testing. But I kind of feel like that doesn't hold up to scrutiny. I find it hard to believe that more people are getting given an account that is a higher mastery rank. Like, that wouldn't be that many people, right? Than people who just play the game a lot and got to that mastery rank. It seems more likely that there would be a significant enough number of people who've gotten beyond that mastery rank naturally, that a few people, or even a few hundred people, getting accounts jumped to a higher mastery rank wouldn't be enough to offset it. Like, I don't know, but it seems odd to me. It's important to think about scale a little bit here. Warframe has some active users on Steam, and, this is going to be a large number, thousands, tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands. And that's just active players. We have 26 million registered losers the last time I checked, which was very, very long ago. That's a lot of people. So it's difficult to believe that even a couple hundred people jumping the master ranks, even if that did give you the achievement, even if that did unbalance this, which I'm not sure it does, it's a little hard to believe that that would be enough to overcome. I feel like a lot of people have master rank 30, not a huge amount, right? For example, Master Rank 30 is very high, but speaking for myself, right? Like I've had the Warframe Partner Program, the Warframe Creator Program. Well, I've had those things for a really long time, like over 5 years. Most new mastery added to Warframe is given to you through those programs. You don't get Prime Access and stuff. And there's some new things you don't get, like the Incarnon weapons. I still have to farm out. I don't have all of them. Tenet and Kuva weapons, for example. That's a lot of mastery, but I do have a lot of those things. You know, somebody who is actively playing Warframe in the Warframe Partner Creative Program would logically just end up having a lot or all of those things. You get it from Kubros, Kavats, etc. I think I probably have more of those than most players do, but maybe not more than most creators do, you know? So I have like 28 or 29 mastery. So you would think way more people are trying at least that hard, play way more than me. Probably a lot of you watching this play Warframe more than me and have Master Rank 30. Surely, without even knowing that number, there's got to be a decent number of people, you know? Is there some program we don't know about where people are awarded Master Rank 30, like jumped ahead? Again, it's not for testing purposes or something, but that could maybe be a larger number of people. Or maybe there's something like the achievements weren't in Steam and people had passed that master rank before they got it, or there was a time where the Steam achievement was broken. I don't know. I mean, that gets into pretty wild speculation. That's odd. So of course now we need to get into something totally different, which would be like conspiracy theories. Maybe the rarest achievement showcase, or the way that Steam represents how many people have each achievement, maybe that's weird in some way. I noticed that in the graphic you attached, it says that Warframe, the True Master achievement, it says 2% of players have this, and Middle Master, it says 2% of players have this. So I was wondering if, you know, I'm sure it's like 2 point some percent of people have it, right? Keep in mind, even if there's, you know, 2% of people have Middle Master and 2% of people have True Master, yeah, they're rounding. And so it's possible that Middle Master is like 2.8% of people and True Master is like 2.1% of people, which sounds like a small difference, but of course it isn't, because 26 million registered losers. So that's still tens of thousands or whatever of people, you know, that have it and don't, which again, that gets back to my point about just giving a bunch of people accounts that passed master rank doesn't feel like it would explain this, even if that did give you this achievement confusion, which I feel like it kind of wouldn't. Like, don't you just get all of the, I mean, I don't know. So that makes me think that it's more likely that Steam is doing something weird, that it's something like it's rounding them to a percent, and then after it's done that, maybe Steam doesn't even do that, but here in this image, it looks like it's done that. And then after it's done that, it's choosing one at random, maybe? That's a little weird. I see on your rarest achievement showcase, it appears to show both of them. So I'm taking your word for the idea that one of them is rarer than the other. But I don't actually see any indication that one of them is rarer than the other. I'm just kind of taking your word for there's something that made you think one was rarer than the other. But I feel like it has something to do with them being about tied when you round. You see what I'm trying to say? I feel like it's probably that Steam is just displaying them in a way that makes it seem like it's suggesting that one of them is rarer, when in fact the numbers are small enough that when you round them, it just seems like it's about the same. And I feel like that probably is true, just logically thinking about it. The number of people that have, again, say Master Rank 29 and Master Rank 30 is probably similar. Like that number, you'd expect that number to be very small. Both of them are small, and it's not going to be a very different number, surely. You have to have almost everything in Warframe. You need to play a lot of Warframe to get to that number. So it's not as if way more people would have one than the other. I guess you would expect more people to be Master Rank 30, like currently, than Master Rank 29. Because at Master Rank 30, you get a bunch of stuff. So the average player that is rank 29 probably knows that you get a bunch of stuff at rank 30 and would push to be that rank. So at any given time, like right at this moment, I would predict that there are more players that are Master Rank 30 currently, which shouldn't affect this, but it's just something to think about. But the number of people that even makes it more true that the number of people that have ever been ranked 29 should be about the same as the number of people that are ranked 30, because they would want to push for 30, that last rank. I don't even care about mastery that much in Warframe, but I'm ranked 28 or 29, like I'm close. So it just makes sense to, it wouldn't take that much effort to just get to 30 and then I get a bunch of benefits, right? That I would actually use, like more account slots to make more builds. You can store more loadouts, basically. I would like to have a loadout for every frame, and I think you might be able to do that when you're Master Rank 30. I don't know. That's something I'd at least be able to store more. I'm not actually going to use them all, so it's okay if it's just more, not all of them. Yeah, besides this, I don't know. That's all I can really think of. I feel like it's Steam rounding and then interpreting this in a way that makes it seem like they're the same, when actually there's a numerically small looking but statistically significant difference. Like there actually are way more people numerically, way more humans individually, a crowd that is large of 10,000 people that are MR30 or that are MR29 but are not MR30. That's getting very confusing. If you're confused, I am too. But the point is, I feel like there probably aren't actually. Like, it probably isn't actually more rare, and there's some kind of weird finickiness. I feel like even if the developers jumping some accounts past a master rank was giving them just one achievement and not the other, even if that's true, I feel like that's not enough to make this occur. So that's my guess. I don't know, obviously. It's probably that it actually isn't rarer and something is just making it appear like it is. Bug, question mark, moving on. Or again, maybe the developer is jumping way more accounts over that master rank than I think, and that does cause this to happen, which that's speculation. I don't know if that would. It's weird. That is odd. Just as an aside, since this parlay was short, you said this was a last minute parlay that's going to be, Liliana says at the end of this one, next month's will be tangentially related. Interesting. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. I liked this parlay. I normally don't spend too long highlighting the theory behind a parlay, but this one, I feel like this type of question where you're going to say something that's just like, what? That's odd. And then I'm going to speculate systematically. I feel like this is something that they're always going to be short, right? Because I have no idea. No, I shouldn't say always, but I like this type of parlay. I think it's fun. Like, I think the idea that you just point out something in the environment that I normally wouldn't have thought of, and it's that's weird. Like, I wonder what that is. Is fun, is a fun form of parlay. I feel like that group parlay we did a month ago or so that was about different kinds of parlay has significantly spurred on some different types of parlay. Maybe that's not true. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I feel like I've been seeing some types of parlay that are a little different, and I like that. I'll be honest, obviously it's also good for business because it means that people can get parlay and feel like they can use it and get something fun without some grand scheme. No offense to the people that have the grand scheme, but I know it has intimidated some people in the past, and it really shouldn't. This is a good example of a parlay that, no offense at all to Liliana either, I think is fun, right? It's simple. It's just you were thinking about something. Everybody has these types of thoughts, and it's just whether they would share them. And so I'm happy you did. It's cool to hear like a little narrative from someone else in the community, right? I don't know, like that's fun. I enjoy about parlay that it's almost like you wrote a script for a video, but then you stopped and I just have to keep going. Like that's fun. I like that. So thank you for asking. I don't have anything else to say really. I know this one was kind of short, but yeah, right on.